second half of the Locost Field gets underway, except for Sean Stafford Atkinson, who is very, very slow. She's going to drop to the second half of the field. We're on board with Steve Wells. We see Dave Berry there behind in the number 29 car as we head into Richards for the first time, and Adam Lucas dives up on the inside of Berry, gets the car sideways on the exit of the corner, allows Berry to go back through. It's Stuart Sellers though that leads the race. He's going to finish second in the championship. Steve Wells running here second in the race. Onto the Bentley straight they go for the first time and heading down into Montreal. Second on board Cameron gets very sideways. Keith Richards this. He's just been passed by Sam Bradley, who's just got another place on two. Is that Timothy Penston Smith running a bit wide? A bit of smoking appears from the back of his car. We head down the Bentley straight now. On the review camera, or review mirror even, Adam Parsonage was getting the slipstream of Richards. I was waiting to see him emerge on the inside line heading into Brundle, but I don't think it's happening at the moment. So Richards, no, there it is, Parsonage round the outside, almost chops off Richards as they turn through. Now somebody's got the place done as they go down towards Bromhole for the first time in this race. Now heading on to Coram Kirk. See Parsonage just starting to break away from Richards at this early stage of the race. Down in towards Murray's. They're going again. There we can Jess in the car spins up. That's Adam Lucas right in the middle of the road, just reversing off the circuit there as the cars turn through Murray's and back with the leaders. And nose to tail now because Steve Wells has closed in on Stuart Sellers. So Sellers being attacked now for the leaders. They head down towards Montreal. You can see Dave Berry there in third, not all that far behind either. In fourth position is James McAllister. Fifth is the 57 car of Anthony May. In sixth is Sean Stafford Atkinson. Seventh is Sam Bradley. He started way down the grid. And eighth is Tom Kidd. Ninth is Kevin Wern. To complete the top 10, the completion of the first lap, Rob Middleton. We go back on board with Richards. He runs out rather wide through Montreal. I think a couple of cars managed to slip it up the inside line there. So Richards losing out to Barry Stewart there for sure. As we head down now, down the Bentley straight, down towards the Brundle Nelson complex. Going through there, the number 90 car of David Marshall gains a position into Brundle. Now they turn through Nelson. Novice driver in the number 90 car, David Marshall, will turn onto the Bromhole. 13 minutes plus one lap for the final race in the 2012 season for the 750 Motor Club Demon Twix Yokohama Locost Championship. Great battle this is. Turning down towards Murray. Into the brakes they go. They're down a gear. Through the left hand of the car, in front of them, all over the grass, gets the car sideways back onto the circuit. And that was John Powell. He runs side by side, 100th a second behind him and Keith Richards as they cross the line. Matt Lau, the power coming back in for Powell. He's got the inside line, round the outside of both of them comes the 89 car in the hands of Craig Lees. He gets just Richards, couldn't do Powell. They go down towards Montreal. Powell having to defend to the inside line there. Around the outside, late on the brakes, novice driver in the 89, Craig Lees. He couldn't come through there, so this quintet of cars head down now the Bentley straight. It seems that Keith Richards' car doesn't quite have the straight line speed. They're three wide in front though, so Lees looking to get both of them here, couldn't do it though, so instead it's Marshall and Powell that battle it out. Now go down towards the bottom. There's Adam Lucas, the person that spun on lap 1 out of Murray's, recovering. Lucas, rookie champion in Locosts. And now round the outside of Coram he goes. How one is he going to pick off here? 2 possibly. Or is it just going to be the what? He gets the second one into Murray, so Adam Lucas slides his way through Murray's, gaining these positions. He goes. Adam Lucas is expected to do this because his lap time's something on 3 or 4 seconds quicker than the cars around him. As we're on board with Steve Wells now, starting to come under some pressure from Sam Bradley. Only on the 3rd lap of the race this is. Sam Bradley looking to the inside into Coram. Can't do that. Remember Bradley started back on something like the 7th row of the grid. Mechanic on Jolon Palmer's GP2 car this year. Sam Bradley has been, so he hasn't been able to do all the races. Richard Bradley has done most of those, but he's going to move into 2nd position now as they cross the line ahead of Steve Wells, and Steve Wells straight away slots in behind him. They power down to Ritchie's. Let's see how much speed Bradley can take through Ritchie's. You can see them starting to gap Steve Wells immediately. Adam Lucas has been re-challenged by Keith Richards here, and on the left hand side we see the 90 car of John Powell, or even David Marshall I should say. So Marshall inside, he brakes the earliest, Adam Lucas brakes the latest and sweeps round the outside. They're in front of both of them, so the 5 cars turn their way down towards the wormhole and round the outside. Adam Lucas here trying to gain a position. Meanwhile, Lucas has done that. Marshall as well was looking up on the inside of Richards, couldn't do that. I think Adam Lucas may have well gone to the front of the 5 of them. Chance to have Atkinson now looks up on the inside of Steve Wells into Montreal hairpin, couldn't get that one done. So they turn off of Chapman now and down the Bentley Straight, and Chance to have an accident in the slipstream there, moving in front into 3rd position she goes, and Steve Wells trying to fight back now, and that's exactly what he's doing. Round the outside underneath the bridge into Brundle, and much later on the brakes is Steve Wells to go back onto that podium position. So now head down towards the bomb hole yet again. And once again, Wells just starting to break away. Back on board with Richards, and this great battling towards the back of the field shows you Locost that we get battles throughout the field, and a massive moment there from John Powell off of Nelson, a huge sideways moment, and that allows Richards to go round the outside of the bomb hole and gain that position. Through Coram curve. Just carrying the speed really well through the corner, and that means on the inside and going in front of David Marshall through Murray's. Good move that, so he powers his way now down the centre straight once again. Steve Wells turns his way through Ritchie's, continuing to run in that 3rd position, and he's really got away now with Sean Stafford Atkinson, as you can see there. Through the bomb hole, nose to tail. Once again, the pack towards the back of the pack, well outside the top 10, but racing just as harder, probably in this race actually harder than it is at the front, because battles don't seem quite as close in this one. First race of the day, top 5 separated by about just over a second, so certainly close race in there, but in the slipstream with Keith Richards, he pulls out to try and find a way past David Marshall into Richards. Marshall defending that inside line, but Richards trying to cabin speed right round the outside here, and that's exactly what he's doing. So that's going to put him once again on the outside line for Montreal, but if he can keep round the outside there, that gives him the inside of Chapman. Of course, he got the slipstream in effect down the Bentley Straight, so the 90 staying ahead of the 42. Marshall stayed in front of Richards and on the way there to the Bentley Straight. Now looking for the slipstream will be Richards, checking his mirror as well. Forward to Steve Wells, he goes underneath the bridge through Brundle and then on to Nelson. Now he's starting to get the car coming towards him in that rear view camera. That's James McAllister, so that's be an interesting one to watch. Sean Savard Atkinson falling back now. Be a problem for her car. Max Boone and Barry Stewart, the charging racer. The 19 cars going round. Keith Richards turns his way onto Nelson right in the now closing stages of this race. These guys on their penultimate lap now. Through the bumper they go. And on this final lap is Steve Wells, and there you could see with James McAllister, so they turn onto the bomb hole for the final time. Can Steve Wells hold on to third position? It's going to be Sam Bradley who takes the race victory. He's managed to get himself ahead of Stuart Sellers. Two of them crossing the line together, but who's going to win this battle for third? Got a back marker just up the road, that could change things. You can see McAllister right on the back now with Steve Wells looking in the slipstream as well. Wells using the back marker in the slipstream as well, and there's McAllister. They are level as they cross the line. Let's take a replay of that then. As they come up across the line, McAllister levelling with Wells across, and we believe they are even. 0.00 it says on the timing screens. Meanwhile, Keith Richards in 13th, but or 14th there, but just beating David Marshall by 1/100th of a second. It was Stan Bradley that won by just over 1/10 of a second to Stuart Sellers, and Steve Wells and James McAllister were both awarded third position for being absolutely level. In the championship, well, that went to Mike Comber. He won that by 26 points to Stuart Sellers, and Ali Garrett got third. He finished equal on points to Nick Selby, and Alex Van Erheim, who did very few races, he finished 5th in the championship.